You're listening to LunaKage and Mr. You Suck's Unnamed Wrestling Podcast.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of LunaKage and Mr. You Suck's Unnamed Wrestling Podcast. That's right, we are recording the second parts of what we teased last episode. This will be the New Era Raw and New Era SmackDown. But first we have to talk about something. Mark the Intern was with us for the last episode for Battlegrounds, and he's left. I talked to Luna about the fact that Mark is probably coming over here to watch anime. Luna, what are you watching this season?
This season we're actually watching The Art Club Has a Problem, which is basically, it's like kind of a love story comedy, kind of.
Rom-com?
The idea is that the art club has a problem. And that problem that problem is there's not enough cowbell. So basically, this guy, our main dude, our male protag, he joins the art club because he wants to draw the perfect waifu.
Oh my gosh.
He words it like that. He doesn't say anime character. He says he wants to draw the perfect waifu.
That's beautiful.
And
that's actually beautiful. You sold me on the show already. I'm not going to lie.
And the main heroine is not into that shit at all. The only thing she draws is apples, like, all fucking day. But despite that, has a huge fucking crush on this dude.
I actually kind of want to watch this now.
So hilarity ensues there.
That's not bad.
That's what we're watching on Thursdays, because that comes out every Thursday. And on Tuesdays, we're watching this anime called New Game.
I'm watching that right now.
Are you?
Yeah. So you might have guessed I don't normally like Cute Girls Does Cute Things anime, but New Game is really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I guess they don't get a synopsis because we both already know what it is.
New Game is a girl is fresh out of high school and she starts her career in the video game industry, and her department is filled with 5 other females, and cute girls do cute things ensue.
Yeah.
But it's much better than it sounds because it's not happening in fucking high school.
That is definitely a plus.
That's like the big plus, and that's what I really like about it.
Yeah. Like I don't mind high school, but I will say that if it's not in high school, I do give it thumbs up usually. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool, it's not in high school, and it still manages to be good. Because, like, you know, it's like, I'm cool with high school, it's a trope, whatever, but, like, every once in a while, I do have a great sense of self-awareness. So it usually happens around the time of my birthdays, where I look at myself and I'm like, fuck, I'm 27 now. And I'm still watching and crushing on these characters that are, like, fucking 15 or something.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get a life or married really quick because holy shit.
Also, I'm watching Shokugeki no Soma Season 2 because Shokugeki no Soma Season 1 goddamn tits.
That's the food anime. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so if you watch, like, the first couple episodes of Shokugeki no Soma Season 1 and kind of wrote it off as, like, a fan servicey food anime that's, like, shonen, you're totally missing it.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't mind fan service at all. Like, it's not one of those things that I look for. Like, oh man, I need to beat off to this fan service because, like, if I want to beat off, I can watch porn.
Exactly. It's the same thing with my same thing.
But I don't normally deduct points because it's like I'm still totally cool with it. Like, if you're not cool with fan service, what the fuck are you? Like, are you not a band?
I'm not cool with fan service when it's very obvious that that's the only thing they have to offer.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's the only thing, it's like, might as well watch porn, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like if it's just loaded with fan service, I'm usually really good at ignoring it because, like, I'm so desensitized because of, you know, internet porn that, like, oh, I see up her skirt, so it's like I no sell it completely, and it's funny because I normally watch anime with Mark, and Mark is completely weak to fan service. And, like, in a bad way, it's like he doesn't like it at all. It's like whenever I see a fan servicey scene, I'll completely no-sell it and forget it was even there. But then, like, I'll look over at Mark for whatever reason, and he's just, like, sitting there, like, fucking, you know, PTSDing all over the place.
He's just kind of, like, surviving through it.
Right. And, like,
that happens.
And it really does, like, the best example I can think of is like whenever I talk about an anime, like I'll think and I'll be like, oh man, this anime had like no fan service, and then like I'll recommend it, and then when we watch it together, I'll be like, holy shit, there is fan service. I forgot because I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Shokugeki no Soma season 2 is looking to be very good because season 1 was fucking amazing, and season 2 does the right thing by not having like a big introductory episode. It's like, hey, you remember what happened in season 2 last episode? Kicking it off, just get right back into the action.
Last season, we didn't follow it because like we started watching it when it was already
there was too much anime last season. That was good.
But we watched My Hero Academia.
Great, I loved it.
It was amazing.
I loved it.
Loved it. Frog Girl.
Yeah,
my girl.
Your girl. I mean, Ukurara or whatever the Gravity Girl's name was.
Gravity Girl's great.
She was great, and then Frog Girl. I'm like, damn, you got me there.
Me there. You know who's a sleeper that didn't really get much of a showing, but I can easily see being my girl like in future seasons. Fucking earphone chick.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
She definitely seems to be my type. Punky chick.
Not wrong. There was a lot of good anime last season. This season, I don't think I've had enough time to really digest into a lot of things, but we'll get there eventually. Anyways, hey, this is actually a podcast about wrestling.
And it's the same thing.
Okay, so let's be real for a second. If you watch wrestling and you decry anime, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Because
it's the same fucking thing.
This is literally IRL shonen anime, and if you think otherwise, you're a fucking buffoon.
Like, legitimate.
This is legitimately the closest thing to IRL
there
anime.
There are finishing moves. There is pacing that is good or bad depending on the writer.
Sometimes the main character is fucking dog shit, and we just like the supporting cast a lot better.
It's the same shit.
It's really the same shit.
Like, all they're missing is calling the attacks, but, like, I mean,
they call the attacks!
The commentary does that, exactly. So it kind of counts.
If you were to watch wrestling with Japanese commentary, I'm sure you would just think it's anime.
Right. Like, if you were to, like, hear Japanese wrestling, like, if you were an anime fan who heard Japanese wrestling, you'd just be like, what anime is he watching? You'd walk in and it's fucking Okada or some shit.
Exactly, Okada versus, like, AJ Styles from last year or some shit. Anyways, we're going to be covering, I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the show before we just decided to talk about anime. We're going to be covering the New Era Raw and New Era SmackDown that happened immediately after Battlegrounds. This is a big weekend event. So anyways, let's kick it off with New Era Raw. Tonight is not the night as we get a new Raw song.
Let me just say, I like Shinedown.
Yep, me too.
I hate this song. Absolutely hate it.
Kind of wasn't feeling the song.
Like, it's Shinedown is one of those bands that is better when they're doing the heartfelt shit that really fucking supports the singer's voice, because he can belt like no other.
Exactly.
You listen to any of his like any of his shit where like Simple Man, that the cover was Leonard Skinner.
Yep.
Fucking Burning Bright.
Fly from the Inside. It sucks saying this because Fly from the Inside was like their first ever single, but I still think that's their best song.
Dude, it's still my favorite by them.
Exactly. It's like my favorite Shinedown song by far.
But like whenever they do these songs that are like more up tempo and like fucking he's kind of dancing around with his voice instead of just fucking doing what brought him to the dance, it's like, dude, it just doesn't sound good.
Yeah, the song's
I'm sure Brian fucking loves it though.
Exactly. That's my first thing when I heard this. I'm like, I'm sure Brian.
I mean,
the next time we see Brian, he's like, dude, you guys love the fucking new Raw song? I'm like, God damn it, Brian.
Like the thing about Brian and Shinedown, it's like he likes the same songs I like, but he also likes fucking every other song they do that I don't like. Mm-hmm. But like if I were to say anything bad about it, he'd be like, "Oh, so you hate Shinedown now?" It's like, no, dog. Not all Shinedown songs are created equal.
So I don't think we've mentioned this enough on the podcast. Brian's our other wrestling friends who, unlike Mark, watches more wrestling but doesn't show up on the podcast.
He's always too busy.
He's always too busy for it. But we watch wrestling all the time with Brian, and then me, Luna, and Brian went to Raw live last month.
Yep.
So that's the core group. It's like me, Luna, Brian, Mark.
Yeah.
That's the core wrestling group we enjoy wrestling with. Anyways, the song Not the greatest, I don't feel like, but it could definitely grow on me, especially when it started being used as a bumper.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a lot better used as a bumper.
I just since I know them and I've heard the song, and I'm like, man, it's another new Shinedown album where they just released this kind of song. Like, I guess in fairness, I haven't heard the whole album, but I just hate it. Like, fucking, like, what is the song? The song called Enemy that was really popular like 4 years ago, I think. Like, they played it every fucking 30 minutes on rock radio. I hated it. But then, like, you got fucking shit like Amaryllis, like, not the album, but the song. It was godlike. Fucking, I don't think ever got any radio play. It's like, come on.
That's how life goes.
And it's Shinedown. Every one of their songs could be a radio hit. It's
Exactly.
Not like they have fucking heavy metal in between the rock singles.
Like, they're really radio bred.
Like, they could pick the good songs on the album, but they just don't. And I don't get why.
The bigger offense is the new logo. The new logo is really bad. It's not even really bad. It's 1/3 bad. Because the R and the A of RAW is totally fine, but the W is actually just an upside down M. From a graphic design standpoint, this font set sucks for W's. Yeah. Because the W just looks like an upside down M. It's really fucking bad. I'm sure once again this will grow on me over time.
It looks like a logo you would see from like a comic series of the 80s.
Exactly. It doesn't look good.
And like this is supposed to be the new era, not the fucking hey, let's go back to the 80s era. You know? And like it gave me a weird vibe. But like despite, you know, the things I didn't like, which were the new logo and the new fucking song, the fact that they are brand new helped add to the whole holy shit, things are different.
Exactly. Things were really different for Raw. The announcer's desk has been moved to the stage instead of ringside.
Which is where it was during the old brand split.
Yep.
So I appreciated that.
When I saw that, I thought of old WCW more than anything else.
Yeah, they did it. I'm pretty sure WCW's had its back facing the ring, though. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird. Like, it was like the ring was behind the announcers for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong, because I'm not super...
No, so they did the same thing. The reason I thought that is because they did the same thing that they did here with the new announce desk. The announce desk faces the ring, but when the camera has a dedicated spot where it shoots the ring announcers, they're actually standing in front of the desk. That. I love it. I love it. From what...
Never was I so happy to see Michael Cole.
Yeah, right. From what I've heard from Dave Meltzer and what is live from his desk, the announcers actually don't like this.
Really?
The announcers prefer to be ringside.
I mean, you do get a better show, so I guess from a fan standpoint, but holy shit, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I like it because, as we'll discuss, SmackDown's still ringside, so that's a fine dichotomy.
Like it was in the old brand.
That's a fine dichotomy. That's a fine dichotomy.
But yeah, like the whole idea of like whenever the camera's on the announce team, they're standing up and like facing away from everything.
And it's not just
and
that.
And you see the fucking ring in the background. That's cool.
It's not just that, but the camera angle that when you're shooting the commentators, it starts low and it zooms up to that.
Yeah, like it builds up.
It's a fucking great shot, and it sells the commentators, it sells the whole arena, it sells everything. It's a really great shot. And they did it multiple times throughout the night. And on the topic of commentators, fucking Gibbles is gone. Thank Christ.
The era of I Love It Maggle is done.
And the thing is, like, JBL, it's really depressing to say this, but JBL was kind of the best commentator on the original, the now late post pre-draft.
What the fuck are you talking about now? Like late post pre? Where are we going?
I'm Lucha thing.
Lucha thing.
I'm murdering this promo. I'm sorry.
Do my Lucha thing.
I'm gonna do my Lucha
murder
thing.
Every promo.
Every promo. Before the brand split, JBL was honestly the best part of commentary because he was just the most like into it.
Yeah.
But he was still fucking god awful. And he just dragged everyone else down. Replaced JBL with Corey Graves, and all of a sudden, everyone seemed like fresh and lively, and Byron didn't feel like he was the biggest goober on the face of the earth. And Cole just seemed like he was a straight play-by-play man, and Corey Graves sounded like he could call the action in a mildly smarky manner, and I was like, holy shit.
And I heard a theory about this from I think it was Don Tony. Maybe it was Kevin. No, it was Don Tony. They're also wrestling podcasters, way bigger than us. They also do it every week.
Well,
I think twice a week.
Sorry, we don't have that kind of time, Holmes.
Right, but anyway,
day job.
The idea is that before Byron couldn't bite back at JBL because like maybe he felt a little
intimidated.
Yeah, because it's JBL. Like JBL's also been known to fucking
JBL is
fuck
shoot
with guys in the back.
JBL is also a shoot kind of dick ass.
Like I mean, I've heard he's nowhere near like that now, but still not really something you might want to do. Plus, he's way older. Like respect your elders, respect fucking elders in the business.
Yeah, and Byron was just this white meat new guy babyface.
Yeah. So you put a guy, you replace JBL with a guy who's in the same age range as Brian, like broke in.
Byron.
I said Brian?
You said Brian.
Oh, fuck.
Brian hasn't left us yet.
Right. You fucking broke in around the same time because they both started off being wrestlers.
Yep.
And now through some grace of whatever ended up in announcer positions. So it's like, I don't think I heard Corey Graves shit on Michael at all.
No, not really.
But it was definitely like the whole idea was like fucking Cole is doing play-by-play, and then all of the actual like fucking color is happening between Byron and Corey.
Yeah.
So it's like now Byron has his spot. Like before, he was just the guy that got shat on and didn't do nothing.
He was just fucking buried.
Now he serves the role. Like Michael Cole's job has been split in half. Because it used to be Michael Cole's job was to make fun of, but kind of get his jabs in too, and be the play-by-play guy. Now he's play-by-play, and someone else took over his old job of being the dude who fights against the heel on commentary. So now he's got a purpose.
I will say the only thing I think is a bit of a step backwards, and this is no fault of really anyone's. This is just a victim of circumstance. JBL had a very, very iconic voice.
Yeah.
And Byron and Michael and Corey Graves all kind of have the same tone of announcery voices.
Yeah.
And they blend together a little bit.
Meanwhile, SmackDown now has two very iconic voices.
Yes.
Like Morrow. Jesus.
It's just don't think about the U. M-A-R-O. Morrow.
Maragidine. Fucking
Uchi-Gatuchi.
His voice is gonna be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Like his voice is already good, but like once you get some fucking iconic pay-per-view calls behind that, because like here's how it happened during the brand split. Even when we have cross-brand pay-per-views, Raw matches have the Raw commentators, SmackDown matches have the SmackDown commentators.
Yep.
So it's not just going to be, every match is still with Cole doing the big calls. So we're going to finally get a chance to see Morrow fucking have, like, fucking a Shane dies off the Hell in a Cell, like, call opportunity.
Oh, he'll kill it.
Yeah.
Morrow's
I
amazing.
can't wait.
Morrow's
and then
amazing.
He'll seamlessly put together a joke that I didn't even see there.
Yep, exactly.
And I'll just be like, how the fuck you do this?
But that's not our only changes. The set has also changed as well.
Very slightly.
Very slightly. But it harkens back to, fact check me if I'm wrong, but when I saw this, I thought of the old Judgment Day set.
I can't even remember Judgment Day.
But I thought I remember Judgment Day having a big arcing iron grid to it.
It might have. I mean, I've seen that set before. I just can't remember.
So that's the new addition to the Raw set is arcing lights fixtures instead of like grid iron, I-beam kind of thing. But also you have red ropes.
Yeah, because they used to be fucking
white.
Yeah.
So the set is different, and you know what? Different is good.
Like that's how it used to be during the original split. Like red
good.
ropes for Raw, blue ropes for SmackDown. It's just like it didn't register to me because I very rarely noticed the rope colors.
Yeah. So, anyways, show kicks off proper by Steph and Mick calling the entire roster onto the stage. And it makes the roster look a little tiny, but, that's just going to be growing pains for a second. Steph tears into Roman, emasculating him for fucking it all up and letting Dean take the World Heavyweight Championship to SmackDown. They introduced the WWE Universal Belt.
They didn't introduce it.
No, they
announced it.
It's
introducing it would be like, oh, we got to see this belt.
Yeah.
I cannot fucking wait to see what this belt looks like.
I mean, technically speaking, introducing it is still the correct grammatical term, but you're right.
Like, I mean, grammar doesn't mean shit in wrestling.
Yeah.
it's all about kayfabe, dog.
So the thing is, I kind of like this in a sense because Foley was like, hey, we've been using the term WWE Universe for a long time, so we'll name the belt the WWE Universal Belts.
Okay, so
instead of it being like what it should have been or normally would be, where it's like, oh, SmackDown has the world belt. Well, what's bigger than the world? The universe.
Yeah, right. And that's cool because on SmackDown they did start referring to it as the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yes, and we've had issues in the past month or so where it was just called, like on the website,
WWE Championship.
The WWE Championship.
Yeah. Because I bet the idea was to just reintroduce the world title.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad they didn't. I know the world title is extremely iconic, but
I'd be willing to bet that the reason why they did it this way is because Dean retained the belt.
Yeah.
Because Dean has the top prize, but they need to have something bigger, and you can't have that something bigger be a belt that they've like ran into the ground for the last several weeks.
Also, you're in the process of doing everything new, so just fucking introduce a new belt.
Yes, and I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Exactly.
What's it fucking gonna look like? Is it just gonna be another fucking redesign of the same belt?
We'll
like
see,
the women's title
we'll
was?
probably see it at SummerSlam.
Because I don't know if you know. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but we've been doing it for a year, so I might have. I'm a huge belt mark.
Oh yeah, no, you've mentioned.
I love me some fucking belts.
Yeah, I know. I know you've. If you haven't said it up
If
front,
I had money, I would have every fucking belt they've ever done, full size replica. But I don't have money,
no.
So I got to spend my shit on fucking responsible shit like food.
Yep.
Keep my ass fat. It's important.
Fat asses.
Fat asses.
Fat asses. Anyways, right off the bat, they set up 2 fatal 4-way matches tonight with the overall winner of the 8 facing Seth at SummerSlam for the Universal Belts. And I like the way they did this because they slowly but carefully call out each one of the 8.
Yeah.
So they're like Roman Reigns, pause, crowd reaction, boos. Chris Jericho, pause, crowd reaction, silence, continue.
God damn it. You're just fucking roasting everyone right now.
Cesaro, pause, crowd reaction, biggest pop out of the 8s. Continues. So it was a very good way of like. I feel like there's a lot of times where WWE has now started to like kind of pump the brakes on a couple things and like double check themselves on where some people lie within the crowd. And this was one of those times where it's like, okay, so Sheamus and Jericho not really doing anything. Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Cesaro, Sami Zayn. Wow, these people like these guys.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, yep, still hate him.
Just checking.
Just
so
fucking
we're gonna
checking.
periodically check and make sure maybe there's a glimmer of hope there.
Anyways, the first fatal 4-way is Cesaro, Rusev, Owens, and Balor. On the way down after Balor's entrance, and I like the fact this is a big thing. I like the fact that Balor did not enter as the Demon.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because you have to get people used.
You have to believe it's going to happen. Fucking way it's not.
Oh, fucking God in heaven! It's happening at SummerSlam.
Not only is it SummerSlam, a big 4, which is like stipulation that a lot of people have for his Demon entrance, but it's also for the new Universal Champion.
Exactly. We're getting the big Demon entrance at SummerSlam.
We're getting fucking Demon.
But this is a good way of insurance policing it because you have to assume not everyone within your target market and people who show up watch NXT.
Yeah.
So you get 4 weeks or so of Finn coming in and doing his long-ass entrance so that people know when they're supposed to stand up and wave their arms. So then when you get the Demon entrance, everyone's primed and ready and gonna fucking hit it.
Yeah.
Anyways, The more impressive thing is that Cole does not say sports entertainer. He says professional wrestler.
Holy shit, did he really?
He did.
I didn't catch
And
that.
then he listed off every literal belt that Finn Balor won.
I did hear
including the, like, banterweight St. Gregory bullshit Ireland belts. He didn't butt around it. He wasn't like, oh, he's been winning belts all around the world and then only name drop the shit he won in Japan. He fucking named every belt.
Yeah.
This was like the biggest change for me.
Yeah.
You didn't call him sports entertainer, you called him a professional wrestler. You named every actual goddamn belt. Finn Balor walked in like the hottest motherfucker in the goddamn company.
Yeah.
You put his ass over by doing this. Anyways, the match is Rusev and Owens working together to beat up Finn and Cesaro. They work together really well, especially with Owens' character calling the shots. He's like, come on, do the flip thing. do the flip thing. Do the damn flip thing. Alright, cool. You got it? Good. Let me do my thing. You know, general Owens shit. Because Owens is fucking amazing. But anyways, as Owens attempts the first pin, Rusev obviously breaks it up. Because that makes perfect sense. Because things are making perfect sense tonight for some reason. Call off alliances, because fuck them all. Cesaro gets the uppercut train going, but Finn cuts off his attempt at a giant swing. Finn starts his offensive moveset showcase. We get to come back from a commercial as Rusev gets a Tower of Doom on the other three. Owens hits the TKO swinging from his left side, as opposed to the last time we saw it where he was swinging from his right side, showing that he's actually ambidextrous when doing the move. He can have him in a fireman's carry either way and still pull it off.
It's actually a rack.
Oh yeah, it is a rack. Because it's not above them.
I'm being super fucking elitist with my moves.
I know. A rack and a fucking fireman's carry are really close. Give me credit where credit's due, good sir.
Hey, you're getting there.
It's
It's just Senpai has to be very strict with his kohai.
No, I get it.
One day you'll be a regular Mike Tenay.
Woohoo! Iron Mike Tenay.
Iron Mike Tenay.
Ooh, baby. Anyways, I was just impressive that he can swing it from either side. I think that's really, really impressive. They get to the finisher spam part of the match with some extremely impressive interruptions and reversals. Crowd's fucking so hot for Cesaro from the beginning of the show, and they stay heated the entire match. And we get our first real big production work change. We get a panning... It's not panning. I can't remember my terminology from when I did live video production, but it's a moving cart shots instead of a panning, which is like left to right. The dolly actually moves from one turnbuckle to the other, and it's a kind of hard camera side shot, which is really new and feels really intimate to the way the wrestlers are, but they don't abuse it. After enough close calls, Finn comes in and lands the coup de grace on Rusev to win the match. Finn wins.
First surprise.
Yep, there you go. That's like, whoa, hey, Finn debuts and wins. Whoa, hey, this is cool. And it makes sense, because they picked him third overall in the draft. So obviously they think he's talented. Anyways, your next segment is a squash match. Hey, it's been a while since those happened in Raw. Maybe it's a good time to bust those out. Nia Jax comes out to assure us that she's not like most girls, as she wears makeup and eyeliner to the ring and the camera focuses in on her eyes. I don't like making fun of Nia Jax because I feel like people are like, oh, are you just making fun of her because she's a plus-size person? No, I'm making fun of her because she's shit in the ring, she's a shit wrestler, she has shit charisma, she has shit presence. But that's fine. Or, it was fine when she was in developmental.
She's not anymore.
She's not in developmental anymore.
See, I'm fine with making fun of Nia Jax because I'm also fat. So, fuck you. It's like, come on.
Yeah, you don't wear side flaps on your outfits all day long.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I should start.
You might look a little
works for her.
You might look a little bit better.
Maybe.
Are you like most men?
No. I'm actually far worse than most.
Anyways, I think everyone and their mother could tell that the Nia Jax call-up was A mistake, because B, she's just way too fucking green. She's only been in NXT for like a year. Yeah. If that. Anyways, she's coming down to the ring, and as much as Byron has broken out of his shell, he's still kind of a boob.
That is his job, though. Is to be a boob.
But, like, he cuts this line. It's the highlight of the show. I'm not even gonna lie. He cuts this line. He's like, if WWE was Six Flags, Nia Jax would be here to break all the roller coasters. And I'm just at my computer like, God in heaven, Byron, why did you say that? It sounds so bad that I feel like Vince planted it, but I know it isn't, because, like, it just buries Nia. It just makes her look like you're doing everything to avoid the fact that she's fat, because you want her to be this. You don't want her to be fat. You want her to be this big powerhouse, right? Which is the right way to put her.
You want her to be Karma, except Karma's not wrestling anymore.
But then you go ahead and cut this line where she breaks all the fucking roller coasters in Six Flags. I'm like, God. You fucking loser!
You must be this petite to ride.
Anyways, Nia Jax has a squash match on a jobber we've seen once in NXT. And that's perfectly fine. She'll be doing squash matches for a hot while they're hopefully training her in the back, and then she'll have a pay-per-view and regular match sometime months down. Unless they hotshot her into a match like next week, in which case, holy shit, don't do it.
Oh, she's the one that beat Sasha for the title.
I know.
Whoops, spoilers. If you're listening to this, you probably already watched it.
Exactly. We're not like an actual radio show where we can just have the fucking privilege of like, all right, we're done with Raw for the night. Let's go to the studio. Right. I've got fucking blankets, the shit that I'm going to be sleeping in tonight, clamped to the rafters of this basement so that I can have a good-ass audio production room, because god damn it, after running radio for a couple of years of my goddamn life, I want to have at least tolerable audio production quality. So sue me, God. Anyways, the next match is our second Fatal 4-Way, featuring Sami Zayn and the three men he's going to have to carry through this match. Sheamus, Jericho, and Roman. To be fair, Jericho doesn't need to be carried through a match, and Roman actually looked amazing in this match. Yeah. Sheamus is still a piece of shit, no surprise. I was on the phone for a bit of this match, so I kind of missed like the first couple minutes. But Roman had a couple new big power slams, and it looked really nice. He had a sidewalk spike. I can't remember exactly what it looked like, but I said sidewalk spike ? So forget me. And he also had a really graceful looking snap suplex. So he does still need to trim the suspension beard, because it's not working for him. Everyone spills to the outside, and Roman hits a very impressive suicide dive over the top rope. I think he's only done that like once before.
Oh, he's done it a few times.
Has he? Yeah. I feel like he's been in the movie.
It's a rare part of his moveset, but it's
I feel like he's done it 3 times at most.
He's done it a few times.
But this was definitely the most impressive looking one. He got a lot of really good momentum and actually put a lot of heart into it. As I read aloud from my notes, my notes are much sparser for this because we all know Roman is winning and really only care about Sami in this match.
Yeah.
Sami hits a blue thunderbomb on Roman. Roman hits the Razor's Edge on Sami. Cole calls it Razor's Edge. Graves calls it a Niagara Driver.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool.
Isn't it also Splash Mountain?
What?
Is that move not also Splash Mountain?
I've never heard of that. The only moves I've ever heard that called were fucking Razor's Edge and then a Crucifix Powerbomb.
So I heard someone saying that it should be called Splash Mountain, and that does sound familiar because I saw a move like that be called Splash Mountain in WCW. So maybe that's one of those things where it's like it's a flying head scissor in WWE, but it's a Frankensteiner in WCW.
Maybe.
So it seems like there's a lot of names. There's a lot of plausible names for this movie. Anyways, finisher spam. Jericho eats a brogue. Sheamus eats a haluva. Sammy gets put in the walls. Sheamus sets up Sammy for white noise, but Roman comes in and Superman punches everyone in embarrassing detail.
Embarrassing.
It's just like. Oh, I'll get to this at the end of the match. Well, I'll make this point at the end of the match. Sammy tries to roll up Roman, gets super punch. Jericho tries a code breaker and botches getting hit by a Superman punch. So Roman picks him up and repeats the goddamn spot.
They forgot it wasn't SmackDown taped anymore.
Oh my god. Jericho did kind of fuck this one up. He tripped and fell behind.
Right.
And so he completely whiffs the Superman punch.
I can't really blame that on Roman, but I can blame him immediately picking it back up and doing it again.
Yeah.
That totally wasn't the ref going, no, do that again.
That's Roman should have
Because before he picked him back up, I thought it hit. I missed that it was a botch until he accented it by doing it over again.
You should at least take him and throw him into the ropes and then do it again, kind of thing.
Right.
It was a little cheeky and could have been better. Jericho hits the code breaker. Roman kicks out. Roman hits Jericho with the ultra protected spear and wins the match. Honestly, this match was pretty good. The crowd was actually behind Roman until the end, where it dissolved into all Roman matches. And that's the problem. Roman's put a lot of new moves into his repertoire, and he's been looking really good in the ring. And it's finally getting to the point where all of his power moves are combining. Because people are like, "Oh, Roman has all these power moves." I'm like, "That's great." Then why is he doing the fucking drive-by?
Right.
Because the drive-by doesn't look like anything good.
I still like him having it though.
I like him having it, but I don't like him using it all the time. He used it a lot last year.
My biggest problem with this match is that Sami Zayn is in grave danger of re-injuring that shoulder carrying all these guys.
Yeah, honestly. Sami was carrying the whole fucking match. But until it got to the point where it looked like the Roman match we all know, Roman was great in this match, and I was like, oh man, Roman looks fucking awesome. He's busting out. He's got a wider repertoire of big old power moves. He looks great in the ring, and then it dissolves to I'm Roman, I'm protected, I'm being pushed. Superman punch, Superman punch, Superman punch, spear. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so the ending was everything we've seen a little too much of, but the groundwork was there for oh shit, Roman's actually going to be a moderately good worker, more than enough passable, and I might enjoy his matches. It's there. It might happen. Next segment. New Day comes out to celebrate their 337 days as tag champs. They are, as we mentioned last episode, the longest reigning tag champs in history. They announced that Bootios are an actual cereal that can be pre-ordered at fye.com. I have not pre-ordered mine, but I am going to. Trust me.
Sweet.
I need to have the Bootios. I want to have a box of Bootios. Because once again, it's do you want to support New Day and their internal endeavor into pushing merch, so therefore they're still relevant? You know it.
You gotta hand it to him. John Cena's been on cereal boxes, but he's never had his own cereal.
John Cena hasn't attempted to put over his own cereal. So there you go.
He doesn't put over anyone.
I would say that during last night's match, he did his best to put over fucking Enzo's promo.
Oh yeah.
He put his fucking promo over as hard as he could. Anyways, they have a big memorial video package detailing all they've done in the past year, and it's really great seeing the reign of New Day from back when they were kind of not the greatest to the rainbow-covered blue and pink Sarah Lee. Not Sarah Lee. What's the 90s super bright colored posters that Sarah Lee's the bread. The super bright colored girly posters. I know neither of us are girly 90s girls, so it's hard for us to remember. But if you saw one, you would know exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, I probably still wouldn't be able to name it, though.
Hey, that's the problem. I had the name at one point. It's not Sarah Lee. That's fucking bread.
I don't even know about Sarah Lee bread.
Yeah.
No Wonder Bread.
Damn, Wonder Bread's bad for you. Stop that shit.
And I don't eat it. I just know it.
Good.
I don't even eat white bread anymore.
That's the good.
I eat the brown bread.
Yeah.
Because I fucking dive headfirst into some brown. which can be taken in a lot of different ways.
Which is exactly why you said it.
It's like that was supposed to be I eat out black chicks, but it turned into I might also like indulge in shit.
I might eat shit. Have you seen my waifus and anime tastes in recent memory?
Hey, you don't know.
You don't know me.
You don't know how real waifus my waifus are. Mine don't suffer from anything except crippling anxiety, which I also suffer from. I just want to make everything okay, Jay.
Just want to provide. Anyways, they announced that they are going to make someone an honorary member of a New Day. Or the New Day, my brother. As they run around the ring and they finally pick a plant/fan with a Bootio shirt. It's an older guy.
Yeah.
It's someone maybe older than us even.
Oh, for sure older than us.
They drag him inside the ring and they're like, "What's your name, Sonny Boy?" And it's like, "My name's Sonny Boy." And they do like 5 minutes of this, and it's not exactly entertaining, but this is where it's like, was this really a plant or was this a fan they just picked out earlier?
It was definitely a plant.
But I feel like it might not have been a plant per se, but it was someone that they picked out like on like not when it was live, like during the commercial break. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna have you come up here to say Sonny Boy every time," because it wasn't like an intricate plants like it was normally. It was just like, "Hey, come up here, just say Sonny Boy every time we need you to say Sonny Boy. That's all we need of you. That's all we need of you." So it's like a plant in that regard. It wasn't like they obviously went to the crowd and just picked some random asshole.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like a 100% plant. Anyways, it wasn't like super entertaining, but the crowd got behind it, and there was like Sonny Boy chants because the fucking New Day's over. Let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. Anyways, they engage in like mild comedic banter that really isn't funny until Gallows and Anderson come in and they break up the fun. And it looks like the program's New Day versus Gallows and Anderson for SummerSlam. They could drop the belt to those guys.
Realistically, they should because that sets up Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Cass moving forward. Or what's next? SummerSlam could be the rematch between Gallows and Anderson and New Day. New Day lose. Then you have Royal Rumble and WrestleMania to build towards Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Cass for your big fucking WrestleMania moment where Enzo and Cass get the belts. Yeah.
That's the way it should be. Because New Day have done everything they really needed to do. They've broken the record. They've put out a ton of fucking merch. And I can see why maybe Vince would be like, I don't want to stop the money train, but...
Yeah, the only problem is, like, what do they do with the New Day now?
Exactly.
Like,
the thing is, they've gone over everyone in the division.
Yeah.
Handily. You have to drop it to Gallows and Anderson right now. Like, you just kind of have to. And that would help establish an eventual Balor Club, but I don't think Balor Club's happening right away.
It might. Like, because, we got Balor challenging for the title at SummerSlam, and we might have the club challenging for the titles at SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's just that...
it could be a thing where they all win, and it's like, oh my god, the club fucking runs Raw.
It's just that Finn's being portrayed as babyface and Gallows and Anderson are obviously heel. He could, but that means your babyface is Roman.
I mean, that means your babyface could be Seth, because if they turn Seth
babyface,
it'd be a double turn. Because Seth eventually needs to be a baby.
He does. It would really be great. It would really be great. Anyways, probably the worst segment of the night, which is really, 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 really depressing. Neville returns with not a whole lot of build-up or fanfare. And he's got an injury beard that looks great on him. His injury beard looks awesome. He needs to keep it. But anyways, he's like, this was the arena I got injured in, and I'm just hoping that people, I fear that people will not remember me. And I'm like, that's because you were doing dick all nothing low card, because they fucking apparently didn't have anything for you.
You got injured, and you're coming back, and now you're still doing dick all nothing
but
low card.
In a show where we've established that there are squash matches, oh my fucking god! Neville returns to have a way too long match with Curtis Axel and his new gimmick, Mr. Irrelevant. And so the fact that you had to go more than 5 minutes with Mr. Irrelevant, it just kills the crowd. Crowd doesn't give a shit about Neville. Crowd doesn't give a shit about this match. The crowd only wakes up for when the red arrow happens, and it's just a critical booking failure.
Dude, it's his fucking Jeff Hardy, man. Like he's got that move that people will wake up for, and that's the great thing about Neville. He's never going to not be over because of that.
Yeah, exactly. But they should really be caring about.
All he needs to do is dress up like a fucking sexy punk rocker, and he's good.
They need to put a little bit more oomph behind Neville, because especially with the cruiserweight division coming up, they probably need to.
I think they're
him.
probably just like, kind of biding their time until that becomes a thing.
Honestly, yeah, but just give them a fucking squash match with a local jobber. It doesn't need to be Curtis Axel. You don't have very much roster to work with. Just local jobber would have been fine.
Did we really need 3 squash matches on this episode, though? Because there's still another one we haven't.
Would you rather have this match over a squash match?
I mean, sure. It's all the same to me, man.
No.
Plus, it's still Curtis Axel, a former champion. Like, he should do stuff.
He should do stuff.
Plus, Neville is supposed to be the underdog guy, so him coming out and squashing established wrestlers. Meanwhile, it takes Braun Strowman, a nobody that's literally a third his size.
Give Neville a squash match of sorts, where it's not like a squash match in the big powerhouse sense, where it's just like they just get in there and overpower someone. No, he's more agile, more of a high flipper, so have him just completely outwork someone. Finish it off clean and efficient, reintroduce him. This match just dragged and the crowd died and no one cared. Also, this does confirm that Social Outcasts are no more, which kind of sucks because the Social Outcasts were kind of cool and I liked them a lot.
Bo wasn't even on the show.
No, I've heard reports, thanks to the desk of Dave Meltzer, which I've been listening to, that says Bo was on a house show or the dark match, and he's just doing his own. He's just doing his gimmick again.
Damn.
So yeah, that's that. Neville should be more relevant once the cruiserweight division gets on. Anyways, there's a pre-match interview where Dana enters tits first, and I don't know what I was looking at, but the way the camera must have phrased Dana. Or framed Dana, her breasts looked like they grew to G cups out of nowhere. And my entire Twitter profile was like, what the fuck? Where did Dana's boobs come from? They were just massive. She was just wearing 3 push-up bras underneath it. They were just the biggest goddamn things. I don't even care for what Charlotte said. The mic was cutting in and out. I don't care.
In fairness, I didn't really care for what Charlotte said.
Yeah, honestly.
I was like, oh, it's a Charlotte promo.
But, yeah, sorry. It's getting late over here in Michigan. You boys got some more show to make it through. But, as teased in the opening sequence...
You said this wasn't going to be 2 hours, Jay. We're not even through Raw.
We talked about anime for
we don't got to cover every fucking little thing.
No, I know. I'm only covering the big stuff. For the most part.
But I mean, we just did a play-by-play of a Curtis Axel match.
No, we didn't do a play-by-play. That's the problem. We didn't do a play-by-play because I didn't want there to be play-by-play. Because there shouldn't be play-by-play. Charlotte versus Sasha for the Women's Championship. That's right. The title match is happening tonight on Raw.
Not a feel-good win on SummerSlam. We're free TV.
Free TV. The match starts slow as Dana causes an interruption to kick off the spots. Sasha gets the backstabber FADC straight jacket hold, which eventually gets broken up. Sasha attempts for the bank statement, but it's not locked in, and Charlotte weasels free to the outside. Sasha just jumps off the apron and hits a double knee to the outside, which looks really dangerous, but it was super smooth.
Double knee, or was it the crossbody spot?
No. This is the one where she actually double knees her while on the outside. She's on the apron, she runs, and she just does double knee where it lands on the shoulders.
Okay, yeah.
No, the crossbody spot's different. I'll fucking point that out. Charlotte teases Sasha on the outside with the belt and then rolls in to beat the counts. Dana takes over the teasing, but Sasha does the Eddie Guerrero spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a very, very well done spot.
She's a Femi Guerrero right now.
Femi Guerrero right now. Ref ejects Dana from ringside. Match continues after the commercial break as Charlotte goes for a very crisp moonsault. She's got those. Sasha dodges, so Charlotte lands on her feet, and then Charlotte does a front flip, but Sasha gets the leg up to counter it. And I like that whole exchange a lot, actually. Charlotte rolls to the outside, but Sasha does a suicide dive from the second rope way too fast. She gets no flip through it. She doesn't get anything. She's just billowing through this suicide dive. Charlotte can't catch her on the way down, and Sasha just lands on her face and folds up the wrong way.
Literally, it looked exactly like when Lita broke her neck. Exactly the same. Like, I was literally seeing flashbacks. I'm like, fuck, we just had a fucking Steve Austin moment. Fucking the most over chick in the women's division is fucked now. Now we're gonna fucking go back to 5-minute squash matches. But luckily, that was not the case. She's fine.
Yeah, my image board of choice rags on Sasha for being a botchy mess.
Really?
Yeah.
How can we see that? I mean, here, I guess, but it happens. You know,
Sasha is botchy, but it's amazing because it never detriments her matches. In this case, it does, because I'm like, holy shit, you should have died. Yeah. I don't want you to die, but you should have died.
Also, keep in mind, that's when you give Dean shit about his suicide dives, this could be the alternative.
This is true.
This is what happens when you do it a little too much fervor.
Yeah, I know that like a through the second rope suicide dive is kind of hard to get anything going.
I usually don't like second rope suicide dives at all. If you're gonna dive, go over the top.
Exactly.
Do it Sammy, Seth, and fucking even Roman style.
The second rope suicide dive is like you're either going too slow or too fast. There's no right speed.
Yeah.
There's no chance to like get a good angle in where someone can catch you. You have to like rocket yourself out of there. It's just really fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
It doesn't and the thing is, it doesn't look any better. It looks worse.
Yeah.
Anyways, they get back in the ring, and Sasha gets dumped out to the outside towards the hard camera. Charlotte does a top rope moonsault to the outside, clean as a whistle. It looks great. Once back inside, Charlotte hits natural selection, but Sasha is able to grab the rope.
Which, by the way, was a huge fuck up on both their part. Sasha should have been way closer to the ropes, because the way she grabbed it made it look like she just fucking kicked out.
Yeah.
So, like...
She did kind of kick out to get to the ropes.
Yeah. So, like, that was a fucking wrong place at the right time kind of shit.
Charlotte locks in the figure four, and they brawl while in hold. But Charlotte almost bridges, and Sasha is able to turn around and reverse the pressure, but only briefly, because that's about stupid.
It really is.
It's always fucking stupid. I reversed the pressure. How?
Right. You're still fucking
You're
locked.
Still in a locked, it doesn't matter which orientation you're in, you're locked on a figure four, dipshit.
Right.
That's the one, that's up there with the door on the chain, on the cage match, in terms of fucking just god-awful stupidity. Charlotte dips to the outside to hyperextend on Sasha's legs, and then on the way back in, Charlotte hits natural selection, but Sasha rolls it into the bank statement. Sasha fights through it and rolls around, still in the hold, but is getting close enough to the ropes to break it. Once back up, Sasha reverses a regular strike into backstabber FADC bank statement for the win.
Yeah.
And that's the storyline that I think is really important, because on Battlegrounds, Charlotte was putting the bank statements, and it wasn't enough. And she had to backstab her FADC bank statement to actually put her down. And so on this show, once again, a regular bank statement was not enough to dump Charlotte. So she has to do backstabber FADC bank statement.
I don't believe that has anything to do with it at all, because that's how submission finishes tend to always work.
It is, but I like the fact that that there's an added move in there instead of like, I slapped on the sharpshooter, they fought out. I'll slap on the sharpshooter in another 5 minutes.
That's mainly because, like, she's not going to do the move every single time because that would just be silly.
Exactly.
Like, there are a lot of ways to apply the bank statement because it's literally just like an armless crossface.
Exactly. So, and that's, I like that part about it because you get to reverse into a bank statement, but it's also her finishing move. So people are like, oh my god, the bank statements, but it's not going to be able to put someone out because you didn't get the full part of the bank statement, which is the backstabber.
It is, though. We just haven't seen it do it recently. Because I'm sure she's done that several times before.
The non-backstabber version? I can't think of it at all, honestly, where a non-backstabber version of the bank statement has closed out a match. Because almost always she does the backstabber version. Because the bank statement is usually like a full-blown like backstab, roll into the crossface. Like, very rarely does she do it without it. Anyways. Sasha becomes
new women's champion
on free TV.
Yep. And it was a great match.
It was a great fucking match. This is a beautiful fucking match. Storytelling is great. In-ring work is great. Post interview with was it Byron or Renee?
It was Byron.
Okay. Byron is now doing like in-ring and post-match interviews, which I think benefits his character greatly. Sasha puts over herself, puts over the title, everything looks hunky-dory. Great time. Squash match time. Braun Strowman has been drafted outside of the Wyatts and looks like he's kind of becoming his own person as he comes out as a singles wrestler with a undercuts, I should say, buzz sides, and possibly hair extensions? Because he had a really long ponytail. And his hair's not that long.
Was it really all that long?
It's as long as yours.
No.
It was, dude, it was fucking long.
No way.
Yeah. No, it was a really fucking long ponytail.
My ponytail is fucking crazy.
But the thing is, like, even if it wasn't as long as yours, Braun Strowman's hair is not very long.
The likelihood of him, of all people, having hair extensions for no reason is very minor.
No, but like his hair is not normally ponytailable.
I mean, like, you probably might think that because before his hair was wet and it just meshed with his beard. Like,
you're not wrong.
It was probably already super long, but it was like his beard like fucking takes up all of our attention.
Either that, or when I think of Braun Strowman, I think of Big Frizz, because like
Frizz.
Just when he's working his match, his hair just frizzes all up. Anyways, kind of a nice little change of pace for him. They'll probably start trimming him really soon as well to de-whiteify him.
Maybe.
I think they'll probably start trimming his beard. But the best part of this goddamn match is that as Braun Strowman and his new music are going off, Byron is in the ring with the biggest jobber geek I've ever seen. Insert James Ellsworth, who is 5'8",
Jesus,
no muscle mass, a shitty undercut, no jawline, and to top it off, he's got a really goofy-looking Offspring tattoo on his shoulder. And he's in there with Byron, and Byron's like, why in God's name did you do this? He's like, well, this is like my dream to always wrestle in the WWE, but I didn't think that my first match would be against Braun Strowman. I was like, maybe I can just get the upset victory and continue on with my career. And this guy's he's crapping his pants. It's fucking amazing. And they start the match, and Braun just murders him.
Yeah.
And Braun just murders him. It was the best. I hope this James Ellsworth guy stays around so we can get a couple more. Like, I want to see him go on a losing streak of just like jobbing out to people because I think it's fucking hilarious how good he is. He
probably made more during that one fucking appearance on Raw than you and I make in fucking like 2 months.
Exactly.
And I'm talking like combined.
Oh yeah. Anyways, Enzo and Cass come out. They cut a pretty PG-13 rated promo for a quick second. They're interrupted by the Shining Stars, who we actually have to remember exist. And it doesn't last long. Anyways, there's been a number of backstage segments where Goldust and R-Truth are comically playing Pokemon Go. And you may hate like pop culture reference cash-ins, but this was actually pretty funny.
I mean, yeah.
Because like they're around the back end, they're like around the back of the Penguins stadium, and R-Truth's like, I see a Pokemon! And the camera pans back, and he's looking at the actual Pittsburgh Penguins hockey logo and thinking it's a Pokemon, and I'm like, that's actually really good. Yeah. So anyways, they have like a quick 1 minute match or so, and then the Shining Stars are distracted by R-Truth, walking through the ring trying to catch Pokemon. End Zone Cast eventually win it out. Absolutely, god awful.
Pokemon Go single-handedly saved the tag team division.
Yeah, nothing of any importance happened during this, but it was comical. Anyways, the main event for the night: Finn Balor versus Mr. Protected Roman Reigns for a shot at Seth Rollins in the WWE Universal Championship. The match starts off with a couple new Beal throws from Roman as he just fucking tosses Finn. There's a good action, including a high school bombing, FADC sit-out high school bombing. But the height of the match is definitely Flynn's sling blade. He sling blades a spear attempt. That's it. Yeah. He goes in for a spear, and Finn sling blades him. Hits the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. Clean as a whistle. Finn's going to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Roman looks not like the ultra protected top guy anymore.
Good.
He has a baby face. I'll get him next time. Kind of, I respect the hell out of him. Hope he wins it so I can have a next shot at him.
Right.
So he's not going anywhere, and that's the best way to do it, because this Raw was the best Raw for Roman.
Yeah.
Getting him out of
he got to win a match so that he didn't look too weak.
Yeah.
But then he lost.
But he also looked great in the ring, and it was just like, hey, he seems human now, and he seems like he's working for something.
As long as they keep booking him in a similar way, it's great.
Yeah, no, it was. This is. Here's how you get a good babyface Roman. You keep him as a regular person instead of a fucking overpowered babyface who just can't be fucking beat. Because that's a heel.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Raw was fucking great.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, everything was different. Everything was great. The only big complaint I had was the Neville match, because it made Neville look like a piece of shit. Raw was fucking awesome, and if they can continue this trend, they're in great fucking waters. Anyways, the next night we have our wrestling show, SmackDown. SmackDown also has a newer logo. It's now also branded as SmackDown Live. I say newer logo because it's kind of a sleeker version of what the SmackDown logo already was.
It kind of reminds me of the old. Maybe I'm wrong because I might be thinking of it wrong, but it reminds me of the old main event logos a little bit. Saturday Night's main event.
I would. No, you're right. Yeah, it has that kind of sharp jauntiness to it.
Yeah.
No.
You're all neon and shit.
You're right. We have a new intro, which is done by the in-house team, so it's nothing crazy. It's kind of poppy.
So there was a new song.
Yeah, there was.
Because when I was watching it, I don't know if it's just a UK thing, but they do bumpers in between commercials and the show, and it normally lasts for 30 seconds, where it'll have the logo show up and it'll have the song play. For Raw, they did it with the new logo and song, but for SmackDown, it was the same song and the old logo.
Oh, yeah, so it's definitely there's definitely a new logo and a new song, but it's done by CFO $, however you fucking pronounce that. But it's kind of it's kind of poppy and a little bit more accessible than the chuggy Shinedown Raw intro.
Chuggy?
It's chuggy in comparison to the new SmackDown song.
Comparison, yeah. But the last Raw theme, that was chuggy. Not metal chuggy, but it was still, it had chug in it.
Are you talking about Tonight's the Night?
Yeah.
I think Tonight's the Night is not chuggy at all.
No, dude, it's got a chug in it. It's got actual fucking low.
Okay, no. I will say that the riff, that's a good riff.
That's chuggy as shit.
I think chuggy. I think
I mean, like, fucking, not everyone can play in drop B, man. It takes takes a certain type of.
When I think Chuggy, I think the main theme to Street Fighter V.
Yes. God, I love that theme so much.
Great
like,
fucking theme.
Literally, that theme is partly the reason why I can still play that game without soccer.
Exactly.
Jesus, that.
She'll be coming. Don't worry. I assure you.
She better be coming because I'm putting it in over and over.
Anyways, I think the best thing about the new branding for SmackDown is that it has a blue fire theme to it, and I think blue fire is really cool. So in the intro theme, there's a couple times where they use blue fire. Like there's a shot of Bray Wyatt, and his eyes have like blue fire to it, and I'm like, that's the shit. That's the shit right there.
I didn't get to see the intro because I got home like 2 minutes late from work. So.
Yeah, no, I my streaming provider of choice kind of crashed on me for the most part, but I got back in to see that they were announcing what they're going to do for the main event. Yeah. It's Shane and Daniel Bryan and the entire roster, but unlike the roster for Raw where they're all on the stage, the roster for SmackDown is all standing outside the apron of the ring, and
which is sweet. It's
sweet, but I was like, oh, this is kind of small.
Well, yeah. Plus, not every single person was out there. Randy wasn't out there.
Randy was out there.
He was?
Yeah, he was out there. I remember seeing him because I think they mentioned him because he had a match, and so they're like, we can't have you in the match for the contendership.
Like I said, man, I didn't get my stream sucked.
my stream kind of sucked too. I'm not
my stream was super good for Raw, sucked for SmackDown.
Yeah, no, my stream kind of for SmackDown kind of sucks. Anyways, Dean's like, I'll take on any challenger, and D-Brad's like this. He goes, great. So what we're gonna do is a 6-pack challenge for a number of contendership, and
he can't do 8 guys because they didn't have enough main events.
They didn't have enough guys for 6. They didn't have enough single guys for 8 people.
I mean, to give them credit, they didn't put the mid-card champion in there.
No,
they did on Raw.
Thank Christ. But actually, I think that was actually a misstep to get. So they announced 5 of them. They announced Cena, Bray, Ziggles, Corbin, and AJ in that order. And he says that the 6th spot will go to whoever wins a Battle Royal.
We don't think any of you are good enough right now as is, so you're going to have to win that last spot.
Yeah.
That's what I got from that. I'm like, okay, wait, Corbin, Ziggler are above where you put the rest of the roster.
I mean, if you look at the rest of the roster, that's not wrong.
You're not incorrect, but at the same time, it's like you already put like a guy who's jobbed out for the last year, and then Corbin, a guy who's done nothing since he's been called up.
Yeah.
But job that guy out that I previously mentioned.
Exactly. Anyways, the commentary team for SmackDown is Mauro, JBL, and Otunga. And the table for this is back near ringside.
Also a note on the set. The set is also very slightly different. Mm-hmm. It looks like the same set they use for Payback. I don't know if they used it for Payback this year, but they definitely used it for the Payback where the Shield took on Evolution. And
2 years ago, then.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. And I kind of like it. Like it still looks really similar to Raw, in fairness. Like, nothing is going to beat the fucking SmackDown fist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no you'll never beat the SmackDown fist.
You'll never see the SmackDown fist again.
That's just too expensive to carry around. The thing's fucking amazing, but it's just too expensive.
There are theories that the hand that Mae Young gave birth to, who the father was Mark Henry, grew up to be the SmackDown fist.
Gosh diggity dang. Anyways, the Battle Royale kicks off, and Simon Gotch is out first, and that's what you get for starting fights, kids.
Was he the one that started it?
That's from what maybe.
Never trust a guy that looks like that.
Yeah, really. Sin Cara beat his ass, apparently. From the desk of Dave Meltzer, Sin Cara beat his ass.
I mean, Hunico is a fucking is a cholo, I believe they're called. So, fucking, you don't want to fuck with that guy. Especially when Simon Gotch, he might lift weights, but he's still a white bread fucking dude.
Yep. Look at that mustache. Can you really take that man seriously?
No.
No, that's his gimmick. The camera work for this match has a turnbuckle angle that kind of slightly dollies back and forth.
Yeah.
And I think if I describe the camera work for SmackDown, the changes for that make it feel like a more intimate house show.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that for SmackDown.
It's very indie. It's like I felt like I was watching Impact, except better because it's not Impact.
Yep.
Also, AJ's there, so holy shit.
I missed this live, but someone on Twitter said that JBL started real strong by calling David Otunga Daniel Otunga, and then calling Kalisto Sin Cara.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
He called Kalisto Sin Cara.
Jesus fucking Christ, JBL. So, you know when we were at Raw, and they had the Battle Royale for the number one contendership for the IC, there was that spot in the back where there was obviously the one Darkest Night black guy who was trying to be, like, eliminated. And I was like, oh shit, Titus is going to get eliminated.
Yeah.
And you were like, I don't think that's Titus. He's not out there. That's Apollo Crews. I'm like, oh, I feel kind of silly.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching Botchamania, and JBL was like, well, Titus is going to get eliminated. And I'm like, well, if I fucking make the mistake JBL makes, then I don't feel so bad anymore.
I'd feel worse, to be honest. Because it is a JBL mistake.
I didn't get paid to make that mistake.
Yeah, you didn't get paid to make it, and you didn't go your entire career taking stiff shots to the head.
Yeah.
So you need to be better than this.
Thanks. I need better eyesight. The final four for your Battle Royale become Kain, Braun, Apollo, Kalisto, and Ryder. The crowd immediately woos for Zach.
Yeah.
All three do a big move on Kain and then just leave him there instead of throwing him over the ropes. And that's my first big, like, yellow flag to the booking.
I mean, it's not like these guys are main eventers.
No.
They don't know any better.
Yeah, it's like, they're not throwing him out. That kind of sucks.
It's like, maybe if we kill him, it's fine.
But poor Zach gets two big botches for the night, and you'll see this on Botchamania, I assure you. There's a whiff, like, standing dropkick on Kalisto.
Yeah.
And then there's a completely botched, like, jump for the elbow drop on Cruz. The fact that they didn't throw Kain out obviously comes back to bite them as Kain eliminates Kalisto and Zach. But he sets up for Cruz. He sets Cruz up for the big choke slam, and Apollo backflips out of it and pulls the rope down, so Kain sends himself over. And Cruz is your sixth man in the Six Pack Challenge.
Yeah.
We get a nice quick ringside interview with Renee, something I like about both brands, that they're doing ringside interviews.
No.
And that's about it. Post-match, we get an ominous video package that soon announces Shelton Benjamin's coming back to SmackDown.
Fuck yeah, Shelton Benjamin. I was marking out for this.
I figured you kind of would be.
Do you even know who Shelton Benjamin is?
I know who he is, yes.
Do you? Okay.
I'm not super familiar with his work because I didn't watch in that era, but I know
basically,
who he is.
he's like Black AJ Styles, pretty much.
Damn.
Like his legacy, I guess you could say, his accomplishments aren't as vast, but fucking his style is very similar, and right down to the fact that they both can't cut promos for shit.
Huh?
So yeah, like it's like the same deal. I'm excited to have him back.
That's good.
He was one of the reasons to watch back in the day.
That's the thing is, like, SmackDown needs bodies
Yeah.
really badly.
And speaking of bodies, Rhino's back.
We'll get there.
That's a bodies hit the floor moment.
That's bodies.
It's an ECW joke.
Yes.
I was reaching there.
I mean,
I was reaching so far I had to explain it.
I actually know, accept, and understand and appreciate that joke. Because bodies hitting the floor, that's some ECW shit.
Yeah.
I do have a comment about that. I'm gonna fucking murder JBL. Anyways, Becky Lynch and Natty come out. They do not cut promos. They get straight to the match. There's nothing big to report for a while until we get a ref botch where he goes off rhythm for the pin counts, and the crowd quickly boos him. It was like 1, 2, 3, like that kind of thing. And I'm like,
Did he really do that?
Well, he didn't count 3, but you could tell he was like 1, 2, pause, and go for the 3. And I'm like, well, why are you doing that? You're not helping the talent out, because they got to go to the rhythm.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Becky kicks out of the discus clothesline, and as Natty attempts to slap on the sharpshooter, Becky rolls it over into the disarmor, and Natty taps out. The match was pretty much nothing, but we know the feud has to keep going till SummerSlam. It just reeks of 50-50 booking for the time being.
I think if the thing that happened after the match.
Here's the thing that happened after the
go
match.
ahead and say it.
Renee hops into the ring to start a post-match promo with Becky, where she's like, "I'm Becky Balboa," and it's kind of fun and cute because Becky's fun and cute, and I love her.
I love her so much.
And then Alexa's music interrupts, and she starts telling everyone that she's gonna come kick everyone's ass. And then Naomi interrupts and tells everyone that she's gonna come kick ass.
We all know how I feel about Naomi.
And then Carmella interrupts and tells everyone that she's gonna kick ass. And then Eva Marie interrupts, and then she has a narrator tell everyone that she's gonna come kick ass. And then the segment just ends.
Yeah. So when Naomi came out, I never thought I'd be happy to see her again. Because I don't. It's not that I dislike her; it's just I don't care about her.
Yeah.
And it's mainly because of her fucking finishing move. I'm gonna be completely real with you. If she had a better one, I'd probably like her more. But like when I saw her and she came out, I was like, man, I feel this. Like I like this. I don't know why, but good. I'm glad she's back. Like we had the new people come out, and Eva came out, and I was fine with it as long as she doesn't do anything important. But like her fucking arrogant ass fucking narrator. So I'm thinking if they're going to do a new title for the women on SmackDown, this kind of sets up like a tournament angle almost.
Yeah.
Because you have every woman come out and say, "Hey, I'm the best." Like the entire fucking SmackDown women's roster. So who do you got? Becky, Natalya, Carmella, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Eva Marie. Is that it? Is that 7? Am I missing anybody here?
I don't think so.
I mean, there could be an 8th one that I just don't fucking know about. But anyway, unless they announce like fucking Bailey came back. I don't know. But anyway, that's just about enough people for a fucking tournament.
Yep.
For the new belt. So it could happen, and we could see the finals at SummerSlam.
Exactly. I'd be okay with that. It does kind of suck. Like I was like, okay, so they're going to 50-50 Becky and Natalya. That's fine. They'll continue the feud. And then post-match happened, and I'm like, never mind. I guess we're just going to 50-50 this and probably move on. Which, there's worse things you could do. You've got a new... I mean, like, realistically... You've got a new belt you need to put over, so really, Becky and Natty's feud can get swept under the rug and then...
Not even necessarily that. Like, they could end up being the 2 finalists at SummerSlam.
They probably will be. If they do a tournament. Honestly.
You know?
I mean, they're probably the 2 bigger, the 2 biggest.
Yeah. And, like, you know, Naomi, since she's still a heel, assuming that Becky wins the title, Naomi could be her first feud as champion. Because honestly, Naomi kind of deserves, you know, that spot too.
Yes.
You know, so that'd be good. And eventually, Naomi would probably be the one to win it, though. Hopefully, it would be like maybe in their second feud as opposed to like in their first one, where Becky immediately wins the title. That's assuming there's going to be a new belt. You would think there would be, because a moment like that, what the fuck else would that be for?
Exactly. But it's not just like, hey, here's our roster in case you missed it when we draft them all.
Right. It was a hey, look. SmackDown has women too, guys. That was literally what that was. So it's like showing us, look,
phase 2. Now we make you care about.
Yeah, this is our women's division. So let's do something with it. Like I was super upset that just as that segment ended, like my stream froze when Eva came out. So like when it came back on, I saw the Miz. I'm like, what the fuck happened? We were like, nothing.
She comes out, and her intro has this narrator like bombastically describe her. She says nothing, and that's fine because she shouldn't say nothing. And then the segment just ends.
She comes out looking like a baroness and shit.
Yeah, really. Anyways, as you mentioned, the Miz is up next. He comes out and starts Miz TV, which she has previously pimped as having a world champion on tonight. He's like, welcome to the hottest show on television. Dramatic pause. He waits for the crowd to say Miz TV, and like 5 people say Miz TV. Miz has, as he mentioned, he was promoting that a world champion was going to be on there, but he did the same bit Jericho did a couple months back on the highlight reel. where the world champion special guest is just himself.
Yeah.
And that's fine because he actually goes and sits in 2 separate chairs and starts interviewing himself back and forth. And it's fucking hilarious. Because we've mentioned, I hate Miz. He's killing the IC belt. The IC belt's fucking plummeting in value right now. But the guy's great on the mic. He needs to drop that belt back at the 4-way. Because that's when it had heat to it. And now, the thing is, after the 4-way, he went on vacation to go film a movie.
Like, they killed the importance
of the belt. They completely murdered the belt. And then he comes back and it's just like, I'm going to have a double count out of fuck all who cares with Darren Young. Belt's killed. I'm going to have a inaugural SmackDown showcase where I just have a talk show with my belt. Belt's killed. It's just, who gives a fuck? Anyways, Randy's music hits to break up the fucking narcissism love fest. Randy delivers a couple good lines about Miz playing with himself. And then he, after he does it, he kind of, bounces around in the ring, really proud of himself. It's kind of funny.
I mean, I would too.
I know. The ultimate line, the best line of the night, and one of the best lines of the weekend was, Miz is like, well, Brock Lesnar's a legend. And Randy's like, I don't know if you know anything about me, Miz, but I used to kill legends. Yeah. And I was like, fucking Christ. We'll call back the legend killer gimmick by name. Oh, fucking hell, yeah, that's great. Anyways, Maurice is dog shit, butthole booty garbage on the mic.
At everything she does.
Yeah, pretty much.
She probably can't even give a good handy.
Oh, damn. I don't like her at all, and it's
doesn't appeal to me whatsoever.
It's complete go away heat.
I like her outfit, but I prefer it on somebody I care about.
It's
like when you're fucking. It's like when you're playing DLA and shit. You're playing I don't know anybody, but you're like, man, this chick's outfit is really nice. It's too bad it's on this chick, but then it's good because all the fucking DLC gives everyone the same outfits anyway. So there you go.
I just bought my first DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Did you?
Yeah, for the original Xbox.
Wow. How do you play it? Do you have... Oh, you do have an Xbox, don't you?
Yeah, I bought an Xbox not too long ago. This is the first Xbox I've ever owned. Anyways, Randy successfully goads Maurice into having Miz accept a match after the commercial. And then we get to the match. Match starts off with Randy being dumped to the outside as he bumps the apron on his bad shoulder in a extremely convincing manner. It was a planned botch, but it looked very good. Miz takes offense while trying to continue working over the shoulder while outside. And then when Miz enters the ring with Randy, he gets RKO'd, but there's no pin attempt. The crowd immediately gets kind of confused and then kind of dies because of it. But Randy then does a very extended stalking of the Miz and does a second RKO to win the match. Thankfully, Morrow fucking saves this, and he goes... It was so nice he does it twice. And I'm like, thank you, God in heaven, Morrow.
The man has a gift.
He's so good. We get a video package of American Alpha for next week.
They're hyping them up instead of just saying boom.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
I like that, but I felt like they needed the big star power on the inaugural show.
Well, maybe.
I really felt like that would have been any other time, I'd be like, yeah, hype them up. But
maybe next week is going to coincide with the announcement of the new belts.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in a second. But anyways, some jobbers in the ring, and then Heath Slater comes in and throws his ass out of the ring and cuts a promo about not beating.
This.
I loved
until the end.
This promo was actually really, really good. He cut a fucking great promo. He cuts a promo.
Fucking Stone Cold.
Yeah, he cuts a promo about not being drafted at all and demanding to make the main event a 7-pack match. And then he tries to put over a sign Heath Slater chant. Shane comes out and he's like, dude, what the fuck, Heath? And Heath cuts this great fucking promo about all the shit he's done.
Yeah.
And it makes Heath actually look like a goddamn badass. Actually, it puts him over super well. It makes him look like a fucking maniac. It's so cool. And then the crowd starts to rise, and Heath's like, yeah, crowd's on my side. But he just doesn't know that Rhino hopped in the ring and is charging up the gore. He's in S groove, and he's charged up his meter. Heath takes one to the gullet as JBL delivers the fucking worst night of the weekend. The ECW legend made a name for himself in NXT. And I was like, Morrow, just fucking smash a wine bottle over JBL's head. How about the ECW legend made a name for himself in ECW?
And in
WWF.
So
anywhere other than NXT. Anyways, it's time for the 6-pack smack attack.
That's pretty good.
I like that. I came up with that. I think they need to run with it. I like the 6-pack smack attack. There's an awkward commercial break 30 seconds into the match because 6 entrants eats up some goddamn broadcast time. And this is a 2-hour. It's a 2-hour show. So when you have 6 entrances, you gotta have a commercial break right after it.
Speaking of which, like you bring up time, I was surprised there was no fucking runoff.
Yeah, no, they crammed everything into a nice complete package.
SmackDown normally didn't, but that was because it's taped. So I figured, like, since it's live now, I figured there would be runoff. Sure.
Yeah, no, they timed it as well. We come back from commercials, see Bray and AJ having a rousing contest to see who can outdo each other in landing moves on Apollo Crews. Ziggler enters back with a drop kick, and then Corbin interrupts, and then AJ interrupts and hits a 540 splash on Bray.
It's kind of like discerning when you come back from commercial and immediately there are 2 rednecks beating up a black guy. And loving it.
Jesus Christ. So my stream kind of cut out here for a second, but it looks like Apollo had a pin going with his sit-out spinning powerbomb, but Bray stops the pin by decking the ref. I fucking love this. I loved this. This was so good. You're a heel. The ref is counting the pin. How do you stop the pin? You eliminate the ref. Holy shit, it's fucking beautiful. That was great. I loved it. What I didn't love is the fact that the ref is on the outside selling his knee injury like he's Peter goddamn Griffin. He's just out there like...
I mean, refs are very, very, very fragile creatures.
It was just way too comical.
Probably should not be reffing contact sports.
No. Cena starts throwing out AAs to everyone like he's fucking Oprah Winfrey.
Like, Cena has, like, infinite meter whenever a ref is down.
Yeah. He's just like, an AA for you, and an AA for you, and an AA for you. Literally, like, 4 people, if not 5, get an AA. Until AJ phenomenal forearm Cena, and then Dolph runs in and fucking super kicks AJ and pins him off a super kick.
Yeah.
Dolph is your number 1 contender. Yeah. So what did you think about SmackDown?
I thought it was very different. And I like that they're kind of driving the point home. Because, like, they told the story at the beginning. Like, there's no glass ceilings here. This is a meritocracy. You get what you put in.
Mm-hmm.
And sure, New Era would have, like, easily been like Dean versus fucking AJ because we haven't seen it before. Even Dean versus Corbin. But nothing says no glass ceiling like fucking first night in, Ziggler gets a title match.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I understand people aren't cool with it because like of how Ziggler's been booked. But the reason why I'm cool with it is because of how Ziggler's been booked.
Mm.
They use that to make a point. It wasn't like, man, WWE, like, fucking, don't they know, like, why would you do this? You're making it look like the B show. It's like, no, they're doing it to make it look fucking different than it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, it could have easily been Dean versus Cena. Oh, no, Cena in a main event for a title. Like, that seems like a main event because it's John Cena, right? But there's nothing new about that.
No, I equal parts thought that there was a lot about SmackDown that kind of was faltering. Some of the booking was not the greatest. But I feel like a lot of what little fault was going on with SmackDown this episode was because their roster is just fucking tiny.
Yeah.
You didn't have, like, after you did the thing is, like, you're going to do a battle royale for a spot to get into the main event. Well, after you're done with that, you literally have no one to go talk to the Miz. You literally have no one. So it's like, okay, so Randy's going to go talk to the Miz and pimp his Brock Lesnar thing, and he'll have a return match with The Miz and just kind of beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
The women's thing was kind of a little bit wacky and wiggity, and we don't really know what that's going to turn into. It better turn into something good next week. But the thing is, like, SmackDown's going to have a bumbling-ass start because it got shafted in the draft. It doesn't have anywhere near the size it needs to right now.
I mean, I disagree with that.
And that's fine.
I disagree with it being too small because SmackDown is an hour less.
I think it's a fine size, but it needed an undercard. And all the undercard got taken by the Battle Royale.
The important undercard guys were in the main event. You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
And
that's good.
Yeah.
But you need to have a little bit more to flesh something out.
I believe that SmackDown will be a strong brand once it gets moving, as long as they keep up the pace with, actually making an effort on having things be different than it used to be, because they were definitely trying these past 2 days to make things different, and I appreciated the fuck out of that. So we'll see how it works. I'm super excited. Hopefully we'll get a new belt announcement next week on SmackDown.
Yep,
that's what I'm looking forward to, because I want SmackDown to have belts if it's going to be 100%.
Give me the women's belt, but with a blue background. Holy shit, I fucking love it.
And that's exciting for me. I want to see what the belts look like.
Yeah.
Like, shit. Even if it's a design we've seen before, like if it's the old women's belt design, I'll be fucking cool as shit with it.
As long as it's not the Divas belt.
Right. And like, I want those tag titles on Raw to be replaced as soon as possible. Fucking shit. I was hoping they would do it during the New Day segment.
I actually don't mind the fucking tag belts in Raw. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't mind the penny belts?
No, I
hate the pennies so much.
The thing is, they're Spartan-esque, and a copper tone works really well with that.
I mean, I agree, but I disagree that it's a good idea for the belts.
That's true.
Because, they do look like giant pennies.
This is true. I like what they tried to do with them. I think the execution's not the greatest, but I like the intended execution more than what actually happened.
Right. Plus, that belt design we have right now, that was for the undisputed tag team titles when the Raw and SmackDown titles were fused.
Mm-hmm.
We got that long before we got the world title we know now. So now that the brands are separate again, now would be a good time to fucking separate them a little bit. One of the things I kind of dug about the old brand split was that the tag belts on Raw were gold and kind of had like a reddish, like fucking detail around it. Not hue, but like the world kind of looked red, on the design. And on SmackDown, the belts were like silver, and the highlights were blue.
Okay.
But it wasn't like overly accentuated. It was just like a little thing there, and I'd love to see that happen with that. But we could talk about belts for too long.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there's a lot of SmackDown's very much up in the air, and Raw's pretty up in the air right now, as if they can recapitalize on what they promised this Monday, and SmackDown just needs to build its steam. So everything looks good. We'll see how the build of SummerSlam goes, and you can catch us next time as we cover NXT Brooklyn 2 and SummerSlam 2016.
Oh man, another double episode?
Yeah, I know. Fucking kill me, right?
We already did one.
Anyways, this is it for me. Mr. You Suck is signing off.
LunaKage is out again.
Brush your damn teeth, kids. We'll see you guys next episode.
We're blasting off again.